So congrats to Cris the Girl for 40,000 subscribers. And Jay, you should run. You should run away.
Because this is the first time in a long time that I moved somewhere that I really wanted to be. Doing the things that I actually want to do and being in the place that I actually want to be in. I feel like I am finally taking back my life again and living my life again the way that I want to live it. Again, it's not perfect. It's not a perfect situation. No situation ever is going to be that way, but it's certainly better than what it was.
So I know you all are hearing the same thing I'm hearing. A lot of I, me. Nary a mention of Tampa Jay at all so far. And I'm glad that she's happy. I'm glad that they're both happy. I hope that they're both happy. I love Tennessee. Tennessee is my home state. You know, I hear other people being like, get out of my state. I don't own it. You pay your taxes. You be a good citizen. I guess that's all we can ask for. But, you know, Jay can tell us to the cows come home that he was a huge part of this move. And clearly he just wasn't. It was told to him what they were going to do. And if he wanted to stay with Cris, he had to go. And he chose to go. He chose to go because he cares about her. And I know she cares about him in some way too. I don't think it's equal, but that's just me, my opinion, seeing it presented in video form. Nobody is telling them to show their relationship on YouTube.
I don't want to go on a tangent, but it is me, so...
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time.
Tampa Jay, what are you doing? Cris the Girl is talking. You can talk later. You know, as an aside, as we look at Tampa Jay's views, and you're like, why would he do this for a living? I think we've all thought that. You know, the views are not setting the woods on fire. He is pretty much matching Carpetbagger's views with 400,000 less subscribers. So where does that leave us? Well, it leaves us to question the both of them while they're doing this for a living.
You know, there were so many reasons why I wanted to leave Florida.
It was Disney. It was Disney. It was Disney. And to be fair, we know it's not just Disney. It's also the fact that Florida is so conservative, so far right, according to Cris. And again, just from that YouTube tinted view that we get of their relationship, I would say that is one thing that Tampa Jay has either had to completely remove about himself or highly dilute, is the fact that he is a conservative, the fact that he was religious, or maybe still is, but I think he certainly had to lessen those two things. And whenever you have to change, honestly, anything about yourself, you really have to wonder about the relationship. Now, maybe there are changes you need to make. Maybe they're detrimental to you and those around you. But when it's core parts of your personality and you have to remove those things, it's never going to end well.
I wanted to move on from my past. I wanted to move on from clinging on to Disney.
And you know, it's easy to just dogpile on yet another Disney adult, right? And I'm trying to be a little more nuanced with our discussion here today, because Cris points out pretty well that it's more so than just the characters and just the rides, and it's all of it. It's all the freaking things, right? Check out all the freaking things. So good. But she at least lays the foundation for Disney was a major part of her life. It meant a lot to her mom. It meant a lot to her. And she has feelings about it.
You know, if you're new here, welcome.
If it's your first time, I'm Tampa Jay.
Tampa Jay, no! Don't make me get out the spray bottle.
These past few years have been devastating. I'm sorry, it's hard to talk about, but I really want to talk about this with you all, because I really want to solidify how important it is for me to be here right now.
One thing I do respect Cris for in this is the fact that it is important for her to share this with her fan base. And there's a very specific reason. She feels like her channel is her life. Her channel is the most important thing to her in the world, outside of her parents. Tampa Jay maybe third or fourth on the list. So anything she's feeling good or bad, she wants that audience to see it. And like a lot of other creators, we can't say, like Adam the Woo, for example, Adam really needs to think about seeing a therapist. Things are playing out on camera that really should be told to a therapist. Cris has talked about an extensive time in therapy. So this is part of her therapy journey for her, in addition to actually talking to professionals.
I can't imagine, to some people it seems really stupid to be so emotionally invested in a theme park.
It does. Maybe not stupid, but foreign to the vast majority of us who might go once in their lifetime or maybe once a year, something like that. But if you take away a special place from anybody or change it in a dramatic fashion, they might feel similar. But yeah, it's hard for most of us to get on board with the absolute Disney fandom obsession, but everybody has their obsession. I helped judge a Frida Kahlo lookalike contest recently. Does that make me weird? Kind of does, don't it?
I grew up in those theme parks, and my mom worked there. I worked there. It was literally the only job I ever wanted to do, was to work at Disney. It's your happy place. It's your happy place. It's the place that you go to when you want to have a good time and have fun and relive those memories and make new ones.
And this is the danger of nostalgia, or being so gripped by it, at least. To use a Gen Z phrase, when you try to live in that core memory and you don't move on and do other things and broaden your horizons, you don't have to leave that memory behind, but to try and maintain it, you can't do it. Time marches on. You have so many of these vloggers that have arrested development and they don't move on and don't have traditional relationships or start a family, and there's no knocking that. There is no perfect way to be. Your blueprint is your own. But it stands to reason those that have the most difficult time fall into these same patterns.
And when that same place someone just goes through with a freaking wrecking ball and just takes away all of the things that you love the most about it.
All the freaking things, you mean? Give them a subscribe, folks, if you haven't already. Let's get them to 1,000. Fantastic channel.
I don't know how to handle that.
And in that lies a significant problem. Leaving a state because of a theme park is, I would say, worse than staying in a state because of a theme park. That you just need to get away and then now replace it with Dollywood, which is essentially what they've done. It's an issue. It's an issue that needs to be addressed.
And I don't know how I'm supposed to go inside of those theme parks anymore and just be okay. Even though I'm not living in that state anymore and I'm not covering that content anymore, like you guys, I've just been sitting over here like crying my eyes out over it.
Jay, I hope that in this, Jay is her rock and she's able to lean on him and get through this. But Jay, much ahead.
Because it's not okay. I will never forgive them for this. In Tennessee, I'm in a completely different state.
That's true. Tennessee is a completely different state. Oh, wait, you mean state of mind. Oh, come on, Jay. Don't give me that face. I got it eventually. It took me a minute. I figured out what she was talking about. Jay, you cannot stay mad at me. That's what I thought. There's my pal.
I'm just not gonna accept it. I'm just going to, I'm choosing to live in a world where MGM studios still exist, the Muppets are still there, and they haven't gone anywhere. And I'm choosing to live in a world where the Riverboat and Rivers of America still exist. Period. End of story. And I will just never go to Disney World ever again for the rest of my life. And honestly, I'm okay with that.
And good. So hopefully that means you can move on and you don't have to continuously talk about Disney and changes. And don't get me wrong, Cris the Girl is not the only one that does this. And shout out Grifter Memes for all the amazing memes that he provides our channel. Please go sub Grifter Memes if you haven't already. But what I was saying is, it's not like Cris the Girl is the only one who carries on like this. There are whole channels that do live streams complaining about changes Disney makes that go on for 3 and 4 hours. She doesn't do that. But clearly it has too large a grip on her life.
And thankful that I'm here. That I'm here, and that I'm here, and that I'm here.
Again, I'm happy. I'm glad I moved. Where's the we? Where's the we, Cris the Girl?
Well, whatever. Happy Halloween, everybody.
And check it in with Jacob the Carpetbagger. He visits the Tillamook Creamery and, well, yeah, he does what you would expect him to do. And then he does something far, far worse.
If anyone knows any other Pronto Pup locations, leave a comment in the comment section. But I think I'm going to grab me a Pronto Pup.
Jacob with the old problem pup Freudian slip. He knows there's about to be a problem. Please tell me he's not writing this.
It's 50 cents to write.
Why? Why? Can you help me out, folks? Why? What is the point to this? Jacob said he's just a guy out here living his life who enjoys traveling, wants to bring that to an audience, that he's not a character. Who would want to see this? Who?
I'd be riding a Corndog. Woke up this morning. And I feel the stirrups. You need a picture, man? I'm good.
That's hilarious. A repeat of the situation where he was riding the horse. And they're like, you want a picture? They assume he's just trying to look silly, maybe for friends and family. Have no idea. This is a super serious YouTuber who's putting this out to the internet. Need a picture? No, I'm good.
Just having fun with this. There we go.
You know, most people, if they would have done something like this, would have gotten off after a few seconds. Not Jacob. I severely trimmed that down, but he was on that 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And I guess why get down? That's content. I can't imagine what it's like to have a parent like this. We all have this view of our parents and hold them to a high esteem. Hopefully we have good relationships with our parents. I can't imagine my dad ever making a fool of himself like this. And he's about to turn 80 years old, by the way. I guess that's the one thing so many of these vloggers have in common is their own self-preservation, their own entertainment, their own enjoyment is what's most important to them. It's more important than their significant others. It's in some cases more important than their children. Their own entertainment. I can't wrap my head around that. And it never ends in a good situation, and they're never happy. These are some of the people that are the most miserable being vloggers and vlogging and talking about how lonesome it is to be out on the road and woe is me, I'm in another hotel. Yet you chose that life. You chose it over going the traditional route. You chose it over valuing other things in your life.
I just saw some deer as I was driving up there. He went into the woods.
So Adam, bringing out a Tupperware woo Pete, is now chasing deer even outside of celebration. What's the world coming to?
Not to keep harping on it, but just imagine back in the day, this was an employee parking spot. And they probably had their, maybe not their specifically allotted ones. But you know, when you work somewhere for a long time and you get used to parking in the same couple of spots, it was probably an employee that parked in this spot or maybe these two spots or at least on the same row every day for years, if not decades. Never thinking that one day it wouldn't be.
Oh, philosophical woo. He tries to say things that are so profound. He wants the audience to be like, wow, I've never thought about it, Adam. Thank you for looking at it through your unique life lens. No workers ever thought, I'm going to park here for the rest of my life. No one did, Adam. Did you think that way as a retail worker? You work 30 different jobs. I would assume that thought process went out the window pretty quickly.
Oh, it still works. Listen. Listen. It still works. Someone came out, I would lose my mind. I'd probably soil myself.
It's okay, Adam. Everyone pees their pants. It's the coolest.
I heard something over here and it startled me. It scared the snot out of me.
Adam seems overly obsessed with bodily fluids today. He continues around the building, marveling at things. Again, he's seen before. Talks about dirt. Oh, yes. No ants to showcase in this video, but we can talk about the dirt that has accumulated in the receiving area.
Oh yeah, I saw plenty of these back in my day working grocery retail, unloading trucks. Doesn't look like these UPS deliveries are going to be delivered.
Well-deserved laugh there, Adam. Nicely done. Even a cackle would have been appreciated.
I turned that corner, it's all quiet, and I heard this.
You know, that sound kind of reminds me of something. I'm trying to put my finger on it. It kind of reminds me of Adam at CC's.
Can't really beat the price. The high welcome to CC's price. This is bringing some serious throwback memories for me. I used to always get the ranch over here, then I would dip this in the ranch.
Adam takes us through his whole history with CC's because, well, it's a woo video. Of course, you're going to hear his entire history with the place. Adam is here not alone, but with Jim. Handyman Jim, Denver Jim, Dune Buggy Jim, fast friend Jim. But Jim has become a woo straight man, helping woo to get to those cackle moments.
Desserts, and if you want to add a couple more dollars on, you get wings. Yeah. But we gotta have our fill of pizza.
And they've been here 40 years.
Well, they've been open 40 years. Yeah. I think the first spot in Central Florida that I remember was late 90s. Also, after that whole explanation, when we walked in, not one person said, hi, welcome to CC's.
Jim, don't try to provide history in a woo video, especially pizza history. You're with the man, the myth, the legend, Adam the Woo. You gotta know that. So Adam actually even says that at CC's they originated welcome to when you walked into a building. Now, is this true? Of course it's not true. But this is Adam's reality, and we've got to all been to that. Similarly to how Cris said she has a view of the world, Adam has the same one.
99 back then. It was good, and now here's my 25 years later.
Not bad.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. But it's consistency.
You have to wonder if that's how the Woovians feel now. If they're asked about Adam the Woo. Oh, so you like that Adam the Woo channel? Well, it's consistent. It's okay. It's familiar.
It's not bad. Yeah. It still tastes exactly like it did in the late 90s.
Yeah, it should stand to reason. Nobody should be shocked by the fact that a buffet is quantity over quality. But for a man who's about to turn 51, who wants to remember what it was like to be a rip-roaring 20-something, CC's is the perfect place to go.
We used to have like get-togethers. We'd have all our friends come over, and then we'd all go to CC's. It'd be like 5 of us. With everything, we'd spend like less than $20. Then we'd go back home. We'd all be at my apartment, and everyone would be fighting over the restroom.
Ugh. That's definitely been the theme of these clips.
5 grown men devouring as much pizza as humanly possible with one bathroom.
No, that's enough info. We got it. We don't need to know any more.
Never disappointed.
Thank you, Adam the Woo. Well, folks, that's going to do it for me today. Just a little roundup of what's going on in the lives of the vloggers. They go through all the same things we do, don't they? No, they really don't. Thank you all for watching, commenting. Appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have a great rest of your Thursday, and I'll talk to you very soon. I'm Aaron with Passing Through Productions. You've been passing through, and you're all the best.
$80, that's not bad. I mean, that's like 2 pins.